I was just asked a question that I have no answer to. They said, if Judgment Day from God, which is if God came to you and said, why do you deserve to come to heaven? What would you say as to convincing or telling God why you think you deserve to go to heaven? And obviously, God knows everything about you and everything that you've ever done in your life and every thought. So why would you deserve to go to heaven? And that's an impossible question to answer, for me at least, because I think there's a few different ways to look at it. Regardless of what your internal thoughts are, we are people. So, as people, we can only see the actions that people have done and not the reasoning for why they did it. It is very almost impossible to figure out the intentions that someone else had behind their acts. What we can see is the acts that they have done and how that has impacted everything. You don't know if someone makes a mistake, if they feel remorse or feel like they've made an error, or if they don't care at all because you don't know the intention. Same thing with doing good. You could help every single person that you see, but not really care about anyone. Who is doing more harm or more good? The person who feels guilty about doing something bad but continuously makes those same mistakes in remorse, or the person who does nothing but good and feels nothing towards the good? Is it the doing part that is the reward and the actual impact that you are having? Or is it the intentions in going into those actions? And I think you could probably take a mixture of both. You obviously can't do, I don't know. It's so hard. It's so hard. If all you need is belief, how much belief is necessary? Ah, I would be very curious to see what you would say if I were to ask you, or if God were to ask you. More importantly, what, why do you deserve to come to heaven? Even if you weren't to say anything, if God were to look at every relevant factor that has ever happened in your life, and with an all knowing understanding, what do you think He would ultimately judge your life on? Everybody sins. Everybody has sinned in their head. And they know, let's say God knows all of your actions and all of your thoughts. Do you think that He would allow you to go to heaven without even considering faith in the manner, even though that is the thing that is always mentioned? Let's just say you are someone who lived in North Korea and you never heard of God or the Bible, and let's say there is a God and everything in the Bible is correct just for the sake of the argument. If you were someone in North Korea or somewhere in the world, in Africa, in the jungle, that has never heard of a God, never done anything, and there was this judgment day, would that person, let's say you are living in that person's shoes where you are ignorant of the fact of any God, so you can't say, yes, I believe, therefore I get to go to heaven. What about the people who don't know? What would their judgment day be if that was you? Just looking at the actions of your life, do you think you deserve to go to heaven? That is such a difficult question to answer. How much good is enough and how much sin is too much? Ultimately, there's only one person who has an answer. And let's just take the argument let's just say it doesn't matter if there's a God or not. I would just ask the question, do you think you are a good person? Do you are your intentions good? Are your actions good? Which one matters more? Is it the result of what you do or the intentions behind it? Because there's been many times, and I say this in regret or not regret, because I don't know what the right answer is. That I have not wanted to give a homeless person money, but I have. My first initial instinct is that they will probably spend it on drugs. And I am saying that honestly. That could be a cruel thing to say, but that is my initial instinct. most experiences I've had with homeless people, they are clearly just looking for money for drugs. But regardless of the fact, I have still given quite a lot of homeless people money when I'm driving by and at a pit stop. So my intentions may not be pure. And most of the time, I don't even know why I do it. I just feel bad. I say, I have enough money to where I don't need it. They clearly need it more than me. Even if they are going to spend it on drugs, I'm going to make the sacrifice in case they don't. But even then, I won't say my intentions were that pure. Because at the end of the day, sometimes I don't even know my intentions into doing something. I just know I gave this person 20 bucks. Is that good? What if I was doing it, but out of hatred? Am I still doing a good thing if it's out of hatred? The result, the end result may be good. But what about the intentions? I mean, when you are getting into the philosophical debate on good versus evil, I mean, it gets infinitely deeper.